Okay, game 1 between the teams Blanc and the team 2 is about to start. The map is gonna be the flooded Tabula Rasa, so yeah. Unfortunately, no ACU on ACU action to be seen on the middle, and no reclaim available there. But still, there is 7,000 to be grabbed. Well, not that much, but yeah. I guess all the action is gonna be about the naval and the ships there, so yeah. Team 2 is gonna be starting in the bottom corner. We're gonna have Blast Shield playing Seraphim in the red color, being the naval player. Raelia playing Cybern as the support commander. Then Achieved Jaguar on the front lines playing Aeon. And last but not least, we're gonna have Unknown playing Aeon on the air slot. And oh boy, it seems like he's going up and start the game with a nasty first bomber. As we can see from the queued up units and the first pigeon into Air Factory. So he will go and, well, juice up this game from the very beginning. The AIs are both gonna be M27 playing in the bottom left corner and the top right corner. Both choosing to be Aeon. And the opponents are gonna be the Team Blanc. Clipped My Wings gonna be the air player picking Aeon for the Team Blanc. On the front line we're gonna have Deli playing Cybran. As support he will have Nuggets, and last but not least for the Team Blanc it is gonna be Resistance playing Seraphim. So, after this fast introduction, let's go and see what can the T1 bomber do, as the Shimmer is already looking for its fair targets. Seems like this engineer gonna be the spotted first, and it's gonna be the target for this bomber. Yes, indeed. Bomb have been dropped, and the unaware engineer have been bonked on the head by it. Well, dying in the process, as we have seen the second bomb being dropped by the Shimmer. 3 kills achieved. Going for another bomb, it have been dropped, there is some micro happening, but the engineer unfortunately still gonna get killed. So very unlucky indeed. Now 2 more targets here. Bomb have been dropped and no amount of micro is gonna go and save them. As Unknown is proving to be a real menace. The T1 MAA have been secured by both Nuggets and Deli. But the bomber is gonna go and say no, run away from them, looking for more targets. Okay, it seems like this thing is gonna get pinged as the engineer target, and yes, it is engineer indeed. But a good micro coming out from Deli is gonna mean that the bomber is gonna be unable to drop the bomb. And as such, there is anything happening. Okay, good micro once again. The dance baby engineer is gonna stay alive after a good micro choices from Deli. Very nice to see that they still managed to go and protect some of the remaining expanding engineers, so yeah. Very good plays happening on the topside team, but yeah, Unknown really got the bombs nailed down. 6 kills on the first bomber. Yeah, hats off my man, hats off. Although it seems like he will have to go and pay the price in being slower to expand towards the T3 and the Freemax expansions on the sides. As we can see, Clip My Wings being way faster compared to his opponent by a good 15 seconds. So yeah. And oh boy, there is also a T1 bomber coming here from the topside AI, which is most likely gonna go and bomb the engineers belonging to Unknown. Never mind, it's gonna go and hide from the incoming T1 scout by going off map. Although it seems like Unknown is aware of the threat, and as such he's gonna go and build the T1 anti-air turret, the Seeker, to go and protect his expansion. The bomber is coming in, the bomb is dropped, and it is gonna go and grab 2 kills. But thankfully for Unknown, the T1 anti-air turret is gonna go and secure this expansion. And as such, the bomber should be no longer capable of dealing any lasting damage towards this position. Even more so as Unknown is gonna go and shoot it down with its own conservator, so yeah, very nice indeed. Very nice. Now, on the middle, it seems like we're gonna go and have the first exchange between the players when it comes to the naval units, as the submarine from Achieved Jaguar is about to go and find the enemy ACU. Thankfully, it seems like Deli have its own sliver available as a response. And as such, this is gonna be basically a draw, although it seems like he's gonna go and lose one of the T1 engineers. Are they gonna build the mechs or not? The mechs is being built. Okay, the mechs is gonna get secured, but unfortunately there is still one more position which you would like to go and get. The sliver from Delhi gonna go and remove the sill from the equation, as we can see. This is more likely gonna be a draw, but no, there is Blast Shield coming in with its So Isle, the T1 submarine, to go and help out with dealing with this sliver submarine. And the torpedo defense is gonna save. No, it's not gonna go and save the T1 submarine belonging to Chief Jaguar. Kind of unfortunate, and it seems like the AI is also gonna join the fray with its own submarine, which is gonna go and remove a few mechs from Delhi. And please, please, please move your oh, he's not gonna unmerge it. Like, I don't know why, but players never seem to go and use the deck guns on these bad boys. Like, come on. If you have them pop out of the water, you will have double the DPS versus the enemy engineers, so why not do it? Although I guess with the bomber being available here for Clip-No Wings, you just wanna go and save the trouble of having to micro the submarines versus the bombers, which I guess might be a good choice. 2 submarines for Chief Jaguar, meaning that he will most likely, no, he will have to go and start running away, as there is 3 units for the opposing team, so yeah. The ASU can basically just go and grab some reclaim from the wrecks, and after that he will have to go and fall back. Some smaller fights happening over the middle, as you can see Clip-My Wings shooting down a few of the enemy units. As now Resistance is gonna be the one to go and swoop in versus the interceptors belonging to Blast Shield. He will go wide in the first turn, but it doesn't even matter because he has still double the amount of units compared to his opponent. And as such he will clean sweep the air fight, grabbing the air control for his team. So very nice plays happening on the top side. And it seems like the ACU belonging to Nuggets, after grabbing the gun upgrade, is gonna basically go and make a beeline for the land belonging to the enemy AI, the Lamar M27. Gun upgrade also being built by the AI to go and most likely deal with this incoming threat, as Nuggets is gonna go and actually reclaim the T1 naval factory instead of just shooting it dead. I guess this can be a little bit faster compared to just, well, using your gun. Torpedo upgrades and stealth being built by both Raelia and his opponent Delhi, which is a very good choice. After all, the torpedo upgrade is a massive boon for any kind of naval fights happening on the middle. We have the T2 HQ being produced by Chief Jaguar. And this is also some very nice team play happening, as we have both Raelia and Unknown actually moving a few engineers to go and support it, so yeah. We should see a very fast T2 naval switch and some Exodus class being produced in a few seconds. His opponent is still not responding, just producing one submarine after another, so yeah. If they can field the destroyer fares, especially the Exodus class, this should be a very big boon for the bottom team. After all, Exodus class ships are not only good versus the ships, but also they can decimate everything underwater, because not only they have torpedo launchers available, they also have depth charges, which add a massive amount of damage versus the submarines or anything that is, well, basically amphibious, like this ACU belonging to Delhi, so yeah. He might have the stealth and torpedo upgrade available, but we will see if this is gonna be enough versus the Exodus class, because we can already see that they are producing them en masse here. Like, just look at this amount of support from the team for Chief to just keep on pumping out one unit after another. And it seems like Nuggets is actually coming under fire from the enemy torpedo bombers. He managed to go and deal some damage towards the AI base here by erasing its naval factories and grabbing a few kills on the mechs. But after that, he has been forced to go and run away. Thankfully, he have a few interceptors available for himself, meaning that this ACU should still stay alive, as no torpedo bombers are gonna be capable of dealing with him. That is, as long as he has some air support available. we can see Delhi just pushing very, very hard, and yeah, I love to see it. Region Aura being produced by Blast on his ACU, which is gonna be a massive addition to the naval forces belonging to the Team 2, as Delhi's ACU is gonna go and come under fire from the enemy forces. We even see some bombers coming in with the ground fire, but he have a good entourage of his own submarines available. But the problem is that the army belonging to the Team 2 is much, much bigger. And that's the I wanted Blast Shield. Blast Shield have what? 11 submarines. Then we have 4 more for achieved together with the Exodus class and the Torp upgrade on Railia being also available. It means that Delhi will have to basically go and run away, as his ace is gonna go and come under fire from all sides. Thankfully, it seems like there is some destroyers coming in to go and save his ACU from the trouble. There is also one found destroyer joining the fray. And as such, it seems like the man can actually go and stay alive if he keeps on running away. Especially as there is a mermaid coming in with an amazing torpedo defense. But no, this is not gonna be enough. You can see all of the submarines from Blast Shield just blasting away at the ACU going to Delhi. Only 1000 HP remaining, and with a few more salvos, this might be it. Okay, the man is still alive. No, never mind. 100 HP and kaboom, baby. We have the first death of the game. Minute 10 classic once again. As the first victim is gonna be Delhi. And right now it seems like the bottom team, the Team 2, is not gonna stop pushing in. But there might be a small problem, as you can see that the Clipped My Wings is starting to go and build more and more torpedo bombers, and as such, this position for the Team 2 is gonna be actually very, very bad. They have the naval advantage, but the problem is they have no air control, meaning that the torpedo bombers, the skimmers from Clip My Wings, are gonna keep on dealing massive damage towards the enemy forces. And as such, we can see that both Railia and the Chief Jaguar are gonna be forced to basically go and run back. Okay, but there is some kind of surprise that we can see. That the AI forces, the Grey AI, the Lamar, is actually gonna go and start building Swift Twins and pushing with them versus the interceptors belonging to the Team Blanc, meaning that the torpedo bombers might actually be not as great of a choice as we might have initially thought. Yeah, the AI is just shooting them one after another. Thankfully, the big cloud of interceptor is gonna be enough to go and actually protect them, but the problem is how the forces for Clip My Wings are basically out of fuel, and with no refueling stations inside, this might actually be a little bit problematic in the next airfight. Although I'm surprised that Unknown is just not answering yet. He's just not going for the T2 or anything. He's just gonna keep on spamming the T1 forces, which I guess is a decent choice, especially as we can see that Achieved Jaguar have the cruiser available as the defense. So yeah, the cruiser can basically dispatch all kind of T2 units in no time, while the T1 interceptors are gonna be basically the cannon fodder to just go and buy some time. But it seems like Clipped My Wings is ready to go and strike. Nope, never mind. He reconsiders the attack move order on the skimmers and is gonna go and pull them back for now. As the top team for now is gonna opt into using the mermaids together with the Salems to just go and deal some damage from afar. After all, the stealth of the Cyber Navy can be a very nasty thing to deal with. As we can see, the Exodus is being not really able to go and respond versus the enemy navy, only being able to shoot back at random Auroras. Okay, this Ushavo just came a tad bit too close to the sun, as we can see him eating a lot of... Oh, yeah, he's gonna go and fall down. He just went in too close, meaning that not only he was outside of the stealth range of the mermaids, but also he came straight into the vision range of the enemy ACU, the one belonging to Railia. And Blast Shield with his Legion Aura proving very, very useful, providing 15 Legion per second to all of the ships belonging to Achieved Jaguar. So yeah, that's a very nice team play. We have the first cruiser being built by Resistance, and that should provide some very good cover from the enemy air force. Not to mention... Okay, never mind. There is the Volcano, the TMD for Achieved Jaguar. Sorry for that. My throat is just not feeling the best, I guess, these days. After all of the Rainbow Cup coverage, I can start feeling it at the back of my throat. So sorry for that. But yeah, it seems like this TMD is gonna be enough to go and make sure that the cruiser is not gonna make any dent or any damage versus this T2 naval factory, which is being absolutely hard assisted by everyone in the team too. Like, just look at these bright colors all around. There is engineers from Unknown, engineers from Achieved, engineers from Blast, and also from Rally. Everyone is just spamming the Exodus class destroyers, so yeah, they're going all in on the naval battlefield. So I would like to go and see the Blast Shield actually grab the second tier of the nano upgrades to actually provide even more recovery for the ships. And man, Rally is getting some massive value from his ACU here. Already 4,000 mass killed. But the problem is that the Salem class destroyers from Resistance are plinging away, dealing massive damage from afar without being shot back by the enemy forces. And with clipped my wings, getting more and more torpedo bombers, it seems like the push might happen at any moment. Even more so, as the Team 2 is being thrown back into its own base, although I guess this is Supreme Commander, so the... Oh no, another mistake by Resistance, getting his destroyers killed one after another. After getting outside of the range of the stealth of the mermaids. So yeah, the moment one of the ships is gonna get spotted, it's gonna get blasted to oblivion by the Exodus. So yeah, oh no, another one getting a little bit too close to the sun. Gotta eat a healthy dose of damage, as we can see that the torpedo bombers from Clipped My Wings are coming in here, swooping in for the A3 belonging to Blast Shield. It's gonna deal a massive damage to it, dropping it to halfway HP, only 3000 HP left around. But the problem is, this wasn't nearly enough. There is a second round, this time from Nuggets, as the A3 is gonna go and stay alive on 600 HP. One more drop, and Blast Shield is gonna go and die. No, never mind. It seems like the torpedoes have been actually intercepted by the torpedo defense from the cruisers and destroyers. Oh no, never mind. There was a last one torpedo. The last one skimmer was just enough to go and kill the ACU belonging to Blast Shield. And that is actually gonna be a big blow, because right now the region aura is no more, and as such, all the damage from the Salems are actually gonna go and emote bigger and bigger. It's all gonna go and add up, and as such, the cheap damage is gonna be now actually useful in this fight. But the problem is, there is just so many Exodus available, and also Raelia just getting more and more value. Already 6,000 mass killed by the ACU. This is massive value coming up from the ACU. So yeah, it seems like this night might not gonna be enough, but there is more skimmers coming in to go, and this time snipe the ACU belonging to Raelia. As we can see, even Unknown responding with his own torpedo bombers to go and try to shut down the enemy cruiser, but it's not gonna be enough. The cruiser is still gonna go and stay alive, as more and more units are trying to go and snipe the ACUs. Bombers from Nuggets, instead of going for the snipe on the ACU, are gonna go for bombing runs versus the enemy destroyers. Basically go and make sure that the units, that the ships belonging to Resistance can just keep on pulling the more and more damage. Maybe even get into the torpedo range to go and kill the enemy ACUs. Really grabbing the 4 veterancy upgrades, 7,000 mass kill on the ACU, grabbing more and more value. But you can see, he is now tired of the bullshit coming from the Team Blank, and as such he have built a few flags of his own. And as such, the torpedo bombers are gonna be more and more useless versus this big ball of units, meaning that you will want to go and start building more and more destroyers for the topside team, as otherwise the torpedo bombers are gonna be nothing more but a mass nation. And yeah, this is looking bad, very bad for the Team Blank, as the destroyers are falling down one after another. We can see 2 Ulshavok being basically alive on a sliver of a health. 1 or 2 more shells from Nexus class destroyers, and there's gonna be nothing more left remaining, as we can see both of them getting a lot of damage done. One of them gonna go and sunk in, another salvo being fired, and yeah, another Ulshavok gonna get damaged and killed in action. as now the Sun destroyers are gonna be forced to go and start running away. One of them is gonna go and sink down to the bottom of sea. Another one gonna go and bite the dust, as now it is time for Resistance to go and try defending himself, as Riley and Chief Diago have proved that they have whatever it takes to go and defend their base and then go and push back. More torpedo bombers coming in from Clip Now Wings, gonna go and shot down a few of the destroyers belonging to Chief Diaguars, as we can see the Exodus class slowly but surely sinking down to the bottom of the sea. So yeah, this is still not lost for the Team Black. It seems like it's still a more or less a 50-50, but the big problem is that the amount of units, of the air units available on the field is actually becoming bigger and bigger for the Team 2, as we can see the Swift Winds, the Yaata, and other kinds of interceptors and combat fighters actually claiming the control over the airspace, over this naval fight, meaning that right now, with all of this mass, all of this reclaim is gonna belong to the bottom team, meaning that this 20,000 is gonna be in the bank of the Team 2, and as such, the chances of winning the game for the Team Blanc are actually getting smaller and smaller with each passing second. After all, we can see the engineers from Chief Diago were already moving on the attack move orders to go and start sucking up and, well, just using the wrecks as a fuel for the war. And with all of this, oh my, I have somehow missed the T3 HQ switch for the bottom team. I guess with all of the reclaim available, this is actually a very good choice. After all, the Omen class battleship is very good at dealing with all kinds of T2 and T1 forces. It might not be as good as killing the battleships, but hey, it is basically a mixture of a battleship and a battlecruiser, so yeah. It's a very good unit to go and actually start pumping out quite early in the game. Is there gonna be a change for the T3 units? No, we can see no T3 Naval HQ for the top team. They're gonna stay on the T2 factory. And unfortunately for them, the Yeoman class battleship is already about to leave the naval yard. Yep. The big Baguette of Doom is here. I don't know. Is it me, or are all of the aerial ships more or less looking like small Baguettes? I don't know, maybe that's me, but yeah. Right now, this is gonna be very, very hard for the top team to go and fend off this push. Even more so, as Raleigh is still gonna go and keep supporting with his own torpedo launcher. Another Ushavo gonna go and bite the dust. So yeah, Team Blanc, what is gonna be your answer towards this threat? And what kind of resistance Mr. Rezi is gonna be able to go and put out? Because as we can see, his navy doesn't look nearly as impressive as the Aeon one. The Ushavo are gonna eat a nice salvo from the Omen, dropping to half HP in just a second. There is gonna be an airfight happening between both the teams, as we can see another bombing run happening from the top team, trying to go and, well, torpedo to death the enemy Omen class battleship. But then, oh, never mind, it seems like the Swift Winds have been actually produced in just big enough numbers by the top team to go and sway the airfight into the top side team. But the problem is, this advancing army of flak, of ascendants, means that no more airfights are gonna be happening here, or anywhere near the navy belonging to the Chief Jaguar. And now, with the range advantage versus the T2 destroyers, it seems like it's time to bully resistance after being bullied for the whole game. Another bombing run done by Nuggets. Gonna drop the battleship down to quarter of its HP. Gonna lose all of the torpedo bombers versus the enemy conservators. But yeah, Unknown is once again gonna go and pay the price by losing all of his air forces. Thankfully, the flak units are already in the field to go and move in front of the battleships to intercept any and all kinds of the enemy aircraft units which can be seen. T3 HQ still not started, and instead we're gonna see the switch to the T2 submarines by Resistance, which I don't really agree with. Especially considering we're gonna be playing up versus the Aeon and its amazing Exodus class destroyers, so yeah. The submarines are a mistake. Will we see T3 air switch? No, no T3 air switch, as both teams are still pumping out as many Swiftwinds and torpedo bombers as possible. Another bombing run versus a battleship. Gonna deal a massive damage to it, as you can see, both of them on quarter DHP, but the problem is this massive giant factory is just pumping out one omen after another. So yeah, even if you manage to go and snipe one of them, you are still gonna lose. You're still not gonna, well, deal enough damage versus them, because there is just so many of them coming out. And now with Riley just building only flag from his naval factories, I'm afraid to say that this is gonna be very, very hard for you to deal with them. And we also have a strategical bombers from the AI just bullying the ever-living hell out of the topside team. 7,000 mass killed, 7,000 mass in T2 mass extractors. Oh boy, that's horrible. One more bomber gonna go and keep on bombing the ever-living hell out of the extractors belonging to the top team. So yeah, the bullying is not gonna go and stop. Another bomb gonna get dropped, and yeah, he might go and get shot down, but the Nexus have been killed. And as such, the topside team, Team Blank, is looking very, very bad at this very moment, as all the naval factories apart from HQ have been nearly killed off, and the Resistance also being forced to go and run back to his own base, as otherwise he's risking getting sniped. We have the first Khatum battleship being produced by Resistance from the other side, but the problem is it's only a single battleship going up versus 4 of them from the bottom side team, meaning that the Team Blank is unfortunately facing an extinction level kind of threat. And yep, that's gonna be it. GG's coming out, as we can see all ACUs exploding one after another, as Team Blank is gonna go and concede this game to the Team 2. So GG vous pair, as the scoreline is gonna go and change to 1-0 for Team 2, as we're gonna go and dive straight into the game number 2 after I find the replay.